Spider boys and gals, my name is Dr. Film, and those who are new to this channel, welcome to my channel. My name is Dr. Film, and I love to review movies. Today we shall be taking a dive into a movie that is the endpoint of Phase 3 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that is called Spider-Man: Far From Home. Directed by John Watts, this is a direct sequel to Spider-Man: Homecoming, released in 2017. Returning from Homecoming are Tom Holland, Zendaya, Jon Favreau,
good times for a change,
a newcomer, Jake Gyllenhaal. So, Jake Gyllenhaal, how does it feel to play Mysterio in the MCU?
Nothing, he's a fool.
So the film takes place after the events of Avengers Endgame, where Peter Parker goes on a school trip with his classmates to Europe. But Peter suddenly gets recruited by Nick Fury to help Mysterio to defeat the Elementals. Warning, there will be spoilers for this film and Endgame if you haven't seen either of them. Let's get swinging. Tom Holland returned to play Spider-Man did a great job as did in his previous movie. He's relatable, funny, and you might also notice he's really excited about going to vacation than his heroics, because he's still distraught over the death of Tony. I'm glad the film is exploring Peter's struggles of overcoming his guilt of his mentor's death. May Parker, played by Marissa Tomei, was okay, I guess. Didn't really add anything to the story. I'm also glad the film wasn't trying too hard to add in your Anna's attractive jokes.
New dress?
Yes, it is. How'd you know?
Very funny. As for MJ, I thought she was good, and her chemistry with Peter was pretty cute, likable. But I have one question though. When and where did Peter all of a sudden like MJ? Sure, Peter explains to Ned why he likes her during the trip, but we don't actually see them interact with each other much from Homecoming. The rest of the side characters were good, and I'm also glad that Agent Hill and Nick Fury didn't overshadow the main character. But one peculiar thing that I find from the two of them is that they're constantly pressuring Peter to join them to fight the Elementals. Like he's the only guy for the job. Are we sure there aren't any superheroes for this kind of mission? What about Scarlet Witch? What about Doctor Strange? What about Korg? What about the Queen of Asgard? Black Panther?
It's great, but I'm dead.
Hawkeye, Falcon, Winter Soldier, Hulk with a left arm. Or how about me?
Oh, Mick, you're alive! He's alive, guys. What was your question again, bro?
Even after Peter rejects Fury, Fury covertly redirects the school trip to go to Prague, where the fire elemental may attack. What is wrong with him? Is he really gonna risk the lives of students and teachers just to get Peter to Prague? Also, what's with the stealth suit? Don't get me wrong, it looks awesome, and it kind of reminds me of Spider-Man Noir. Honestly, they should make a movie out of it. But it doesn't really add anything to Peter's powers that could help him fight against the fire elemental. He's just the same, except he's being called Night Monkey.
Amy, want, green drop, drink.
Alright.
Mysterio, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, was surprisingly good. And what's interesting about this character is that you don't really know who he is or if he's telling the truth. And it's awesome to see Mysterio and Spider-Man working together. When Spider-Man and Mysterio started fighting the fire elemental near a carnival, it was exhilarating and you question how they're going to defeat it since it grows bigger and bigger. So after Peter and Beck defeated the fire elemental, they go to a bar and have a long talk about the future. After Peter leaves, it turns out that Mysterio was a fraud. Dun dun dun! This kind of plot twist would take you off guard because Beck is someone who Peter trusts, and you realize he's only using Peter for his own gain. And what's even more surprising is that the monsters we've seen before were just holographic projections. What? Beck only masquerades as a hero only to give people someone to believe in. But there is one problem though. You see, Beck was a former employee of Stark Industries. The reason he turned bad was because he was fired for his unstable behavior. We've seen this kind of villain before who has a connection to Tony Stark's actions. And what's even more strange is how come Nick Fury didn't know Beck was a former employee of Stark Industries? Didn't he at least run a background check on Beck, making sure he was legit or not? To sum up, Mysterio is a great villain with a solid motive, but lacks a weak background story. Furthermore, when Peter realizes that the fire elemental was a fake with the help of MJ, who actually knows who Spider-Man is,
I mean, it's kind of obvious.
Peter travels to Berlin to warn Fury about Beck, but it turns out it was a trap. Then led to a remarkable action scene with great special effects where Beck traps Peter into multiple illusions. Boom. Mind blowing. When Peter wakes up in the Netherlands, he contacts Happy and lets him know where he is. After Happy arrives, they have a long talk about how Peter can't keep going without Tony's help. So Happy explains to him that Tony believed in him, as he must believe in himself, and not letting anything or someone telling him who he isn't. I like this scene. I think a lot of people can learn from this and apply it to their lives. But then, it cuts to Peter making his new Spidey suit with this kind of soundtrack. In fact, you might notice that the majority of the movie, people have been constantly asking Spider-Man whether he's going to be the new Iron Man or not.
You gonna be the next Iron Man now?
Well, no, I don't have time. I'm too busy doing your jobs. What? I'm kidding.
Guys, he's Spider-Man. It's weird that the film is forcing us to think that he's a new Iron Man. But he's not, he's Spider-Man. Now, the finale was just awesome. It's awesome to see Spider-Man taking on thousands of drones on his own. It has memorable lines like this: "Fire all the drones! Fire all the drones!" And led to an epic showdown between Beck and Peter, where Peter finally uses his spidey sense to get past through the illusions. But during the commotion though, one of the drones accidentally shot Beck, and he dies. Or did he? So Peter saves the day, shuts down all the drones with Edith, and gets the girl. That's our happy ending, folks! Or is it? When we cut back to New York after Peter and MJ's swinging date, literally, J. Jonah Jameson, played by J.K. Simmons, broadcasts some footage showing that Beck died as a hero, puts the blame on Spider-Man for the drone attack, and he revealed Spider-Man's true identity.
I mean, it's kind of obvious.
First off, J.K. Simmons is back. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah!
Man, Spider-Man Far From Home did really well. It's even better than the first one. It has a great story, Spider-Man at his best, and noteworthy action. Therefore, Spider-Man Far From Home scores an 8 out of 10. Woo-wee! That's it for my review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, please leave a like in this video and subscribe to my channel if you're new. And as always, I will see you guys at our next appointment.
West Coast Kid.